Hey gentlemen, let's get straight into this video. I did a live stream yesterday that was really good on helping people that are going through anxiety and depression through lockdown, giving them some advice, and we answered some questions and I really enjoyed it. On the live stream I said to people, what videos would you like me to make on YouTube? Because a lot of people were saying that I'm doing too many videos on social anxiety and I need to mix it up something different. So I got a list of 5 different videos, and one of your videos really stood out to me, and I'm going to make it today, which is how to attract women if you're ugly. And I'm really passionate about this subject, so if this is an area of your life that you want to improve, then stay on this video. My name is Berba. I make these free YouTube videos to help people that have anxiety to build their confidence in all aspects of life, not just with speaking to women, speaking to people, and just being confident in all areas of life and areas that you want to be confident in. So if you want to build more confidence, subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the bell so you're notified when I put the videos out, and follow me on my Instagram for more tips and advice on how you can build your confidence and control your fear and anxiety. Let's get straight into it. So how does a man who thinks or believes he's ugly attract women? First thing I just want to say, man, that's a terrible thing to say about yourself. That's a really upsetting, hurtful, horrible thing to say that I don't agree with. I don't think any guy's ugly, and I know a lot of people can say, oh come on Joe, I don't call anyone ugly, I don't think someone's ugly. Of course, we have a certain criteria of what we say, oh that person's handsome, he's a bit more handsome than that person, or that lady's more beautiful. But I don't go around judging people like that. So I would first of all start off by not calling yourself ugly. The more you keep calling yourself ugly, the more horrible you're going to feel about yourself. Even if you feel that, why don't you start practicing at least saying, okay, I may not feel like the best looking guy, but I'm not ugly. You know, I'm a good person. You've got a family, you've got a mum and dad, you've got good qualities, even if you don't believe them, even if you're not being the best version of yourself. So let's first start off by not calling ourselves ugly if we want to start overcoming our insecurities and attracting women or getting the relationship that we want. So you have to practice this on a daily basis. I just want to make a point of saying, I'm not going to give you no quick fixes. You may think I'm an alien if you're from the newer generation or whatever generation. Most people on YouTube are going to lie to you, or they're going to exaggerate and say, I'm going to solve your problems in 3 minutes. It's not honest. You have to work for anything in life if you want it. So the same way with your attractiveness of women, you've got to work on it. You've got to change your negative belief about yourself. So I just want to make that very clear. If you're into quick fixes, you might as well leave the video now. There's no point. It'll be a waste of my time and yours. But if you're a guy that's very serious about getting this part of his life handled, then you'll enjoy what I'm saying. I've got a lot of experience, by the way. If you don't know much about me, I was a dating and relationship expert, famous expert in my industry. And I taught hundreds of men from all around the world how to be successful with women. I want to make a point of saying, I don't teach pickup lines, I don't agree with it, and I don't teach that. So if you want that stuff, wrong YouTube channel. No hate against anyone, I just don't agree with those values. I always taught guys how to be natural, how to be honest and be themselves without tricking women and using tricks and lines. And I don't agree with men disrespecting women or treating women bad. I don't agree on it. I don't make friends with people like that, alright? That's just not where I'm at. So I hope you can appreciate that. So with all my experience of working with clients, you know the main area that was affecting their results with women, it wasn't how they looked, it was their self-confidence. And when I was able to build them up with confidence coaching, they started to attract women. So the problem you've got at the moment is you don't have any self-confidence, clearly. To be calling yourself ugly and to be believing that you're ugly, but I can understand. I went through a stage of that when I was younger, even though I definitely wasn't ugly. But I started to question, is it my looks? Am I ugly? Am I not attractive? How comes these guys are doing better than me? Until I disproved it. So that's the first one. The next tip is, where are you getting your information from? Most guys who think they're ugly, they watch too much social media, too many celebrities, too much negative tabloids that are continuously confirming what they believe. Too many negative films. So you really need to start developing self-discipline if you want to start attracting women and getting over, you know, feeling that you're ugly and women only are not dating you because of the way that you physically look. You have to be careful about where you're getting your sources of information, because when I was growing up like you, I had a lot of friends around me saying to me that you need money, cars, status, and you know, they kind of told me that I just wasn't good enough for women to be attracted to me. And I believed them for a couple of years, and it put me into a depression. It put me into wanting to commit suicide at 25, thinking that. And I had enough of feeling like that one day when I heard a message from a motivational speaker called Les Brown, who said, you can change your life, it's possible. You know, you can come from feeling dumb at school, whatever, and you can turn it around by taking massive action, challenging your limiting beliefs. So that's what I did. And by the time I got to 28, I had so much dating options. I became so confident and attractive, and then I went on to date very beautiful women, have good relationships, and prove to myself that I'm good enough by getting the results. So you haven't proved this to yourself yet. So that's really important. My next question is, are you willing to put in the work? Because if it's just a sob story, if it's just a classic case of you being a victim and blaming everyone, blaming women and blaming this person and that person, which I understand, right? You're human. We're only human. We do go through periods like that, but we can't stay there. Then you're not going to improve. You have to be willing to put the work in. I worked so hard to get the success I got and to help other men to break out of feeling, I used to call it the ugly guy mindset. I'll have to use that again. So your mindset's ugly right now. It has to be calling yourself ugly. So you want to stop calling anyone else ugly. You want to stop projecting. I'm not saying you're doing that, but a lot of guys do that. If they are ugly, then everyone else is going to get it because I don't feel good about myself. So you have to be careful about the way you're treating other people. Make sure you're treating women and other people the way you want to be treated. So it's very important about relationship, and obviously that takes time because your relationship right now isn't good. It's a terrible relationship and it needs to change. So it's going to take work, it's going to take practice, but if you're willing to put the time and the practice in, you're going to be so happy when you get the rewards and the results. One, you're going to get a great woman, which you do deserve once you make these changes, and secondly, you're going to feel good about yourself. The next question I have to ask you, right? Questions are important, is what's your hobby in your life? What's your purpose? What's your passion? And if you tell me you don't have one, that's going to affect your self-esteem massively. That's going to make you feel these feelings that it's because I'm ugly. And that's going to probably make women not be attracted to you because you've got nothing that you're passionate about. In my experience, women are attracted to very obvious things. Self-confidence and everything that comes with a man who's got self-confidence, like a man who's got a hobby or a talent. You don't need to be a millionaire to attract women. I'll tell you a story. When I was younger and I was going through all these issues, at the time no one knew this until I became successful. I was attracting beautiful women when I was on welfare, when I was on benefits, I was unemployed. So that is proof that you don't need to have loads of money. There's nothing wrong with making money. I wish all of you make loads of money, but you don't need money necessarily to attract women. Now, of course, there's a counter argument to that, which I do accept. I'm not stupid or naive. There are some women out there who society will call gold diggers, who do only go for men with women. I know they exist, that is true, but that's far and few. Not all women are like that. There's so many good women out there that go for confidence, personality and values, which is what I'm about. So you have to also be careful the way that you're judging women, people, men in society, as opposed to the way you don't want people to judge you. So if you don't want people to react to you and make you feel you're ugly, you can't be treating other people like that. I'm not assuming that you are doing that. I don't know that for 100%. But a lot of men in my experience, when they're in the bad place, they do take it out on other people. And I'm an open, honest person. Years ago when I was going through a bad place, I did these things. So it takes one to know one until I made the changes and changed my attitude towards people, women, and I started to improve. So your attitude is your gratitude. You have to change your attitude. Because women are big on these things, so you can't generalize. You can't say because you saw a couple of women on Instagram or whatever platform, dating men that were celebrities or with money, or you can't just use that and go, right, that narrative is for every woman. It's not true. You can't judge everyone with the same brush, right? So there's you really need to start changing these psychological stories and fears and thoughts that you have. My next question is, which is really, really important, when's the last time you asked a woman out? Because in my experience, again, I'm not saying every guy, but a lot of men, they don't ask any women out. They just sit around single going, I haven't got any women don't like me, he's got a girlfriend, my friend's doing well, I'm a loner, I'm a loser. But how many women have you spoken to? Because I want to be honest with you, when I was going through a terrible time with women, I didn't speak to even one woman a year. Maybe one at the most in a nightclub, and then she would ignore me. I say, it's not enough. You have to be social. The same way on online dating or in anything in life, you know, doing a job, doing a sales job, you know, you have to learn to sell yourself in the sense of, you know, interact with people, you know, open yourself up, get to know people, and you have to risk being rejected. The only reason I got success with women, well, not the only reason, but one of the main contributing factors, and I helped so many other guys to do it, because I was able to go through the rejections. A lot of men who feel that they're ugly and women don't want them because it's that reason, they won't go through the rejections because of having such a sensitive identity and an ego, which again I understand, but it's not helping you. So in that aspect, you have to toughen up. You have to be a man. You have to learn to accept rejection. I still get rejected to this day, even though I've had a lot of success with women. And as a matter of fact, I worked with some really good-looking guys who got rejected just as much as any guy did. Why? Because they had no confidence, their attitude wasn't great at the time, and they were extremely nervous, and they didn't know how to conduct themselves, and they didn't know how to build social connections with women. Next question is your social skills. How are your social skills? Can you verbalize your feelings when you talk to a woman? Can you listen? Can you be honest? Can you be decent? Can you be respectful? Can you be assertive when you have to? All these things that you need to develop. And the only way to develop these social skills is by practicing them, by going to social events, by going out, you know, by developing your career skills. You have to speak to people, develop skills. It's people that make you confident as much as yourself. I got really confident by doing over 2,000 YouTube videos, by doing hundreds of talks, by going through the failures, by talking to lots of women, by teaching, by talking to lots of men, lots of people. So you need to be social. I guarantee you're not very social in your life. You don't really go out, you don't really speak to people, whatever, because of trust issues or low self-esteem. So women generally, typically are attracted to guys that are more social. You know, it's really important that you develop that. The next one is actually, which is the bit I love, which is your own personal development. Most guys who feel they're not attractive enough to women, they're not doing their personal development. They're not facing the fears, they're not being honest about their fears, they're not quitting their porn addiction, and they're continuing to do bad habits every day. So get a pad of paper, write down exactly what your fears are, and set about gradually exposing yourself to those fears. So it's all about building confidence. Another little tip, get yourself some nice aftershave, because when you smell good, women are more attracted to you. I'm having a joke, but I'm being dead serious. Little things matter. Shower regularly, put on a clean shirt. Yes, your looks, you can't change that, right? But you can change how you look, how you dress. And if you work out regularly, oh man, you guys are not going to get this, right? A lot of you ain't. I hope you do. You don't realize how important physical fitness is. When I took up boxing, when I was struggling with anxiety and depression, and I had no woman in my life, I was 21, I was so shy I could hardly look people in the eye, I hardly could speak to people without stuttering. I forced myself to go into the boxing gym, I trained amateur boxing. A couple of years later, my confidence started to come. Your body language will change, boxing will give you discipline. Women will be attracted to you, just by your presence, just by the way you carry yourself. So body language is important. And the way to develop body language, as I said, is physical training, boxing, bodybuilding, strength training, deadlifts, squats, all these exercises that bring out your shoulders, keep your chest up, give you a good posture. Body language is important. If your body language is like that and you're down, you're going to just get rejected. You're going to make yourself get rejected. So get a fitness routine and work out at least twice a week. You don't have to do 7 days a week and go crazy. You can do that 2 to 3 times a week. You'll see a significant change in how women react to you and how you feel about yourself. Next one is your personal discipline in how you can clean up your apartment or your place. A lot of guys ain't disciplined. Get up, leave their plates, their socks, lazy. That's going to affect your value and how you feel. When you clean your apartment, your surroundings, you feel cleaner as a person, you feel more attractive. So all these external practices affect how you feel internally. So do obviously the inner work, the internal work, the confidence work, and you'll start seeing, wow, women are changing the way they respond to me. That's what happened to me. I was like, I can't believe it. Usually this type of nice looking woman would never look at me, or she wouldn't smile. Now they're smiling at me. Now they're actually, when I say hello, they're actually staying and listening. Before they'll just walk off or look at me strange because I wasn't conducting myself in the best way. So your confidence can go from down the toilet to sky's the limit. But you have to take action. You have to stop reading bloody books. You can't read books on how to be attractive to women. It's just information. It ain't going to give you the experience. That's really important. Another tip is learning to control your own fight or flight adrenaline, your own anxiety. Something that a lot of guys don't want to talk about. Just because you're confident or however successful you are, we all have fears inside. Johnny Berba has fears, everyone does. Right? Mike Tyson has admitted he has fears, everyone. So you have to learn to control it. You have to learn to calm your adrenaline, your anxiety and your nervousness down when you're talking to a woman or you're going on a date. So you can relax, and you don't have to be perfect, right? So the only way to get very good at mastering, controlling your fight or flight adrenaline is by facing situations that are obviously going to invoke, excuse me, and trigger your fight or flight. If you're enjoying this video, hit like. So it's all about confidence and being social. The next one, we're coming to the end now, probably the most important. It embodies all of the other principles and steps. You have to have a purpose in life, you have to have a goal. When I was going through a bad time with women, I didn't have any goal to be successful, pretty much nothing. I just wanted to get any job. So what is your goal in life? Everyone's got a talent. You've got something that you're good at, whether you know it or not. Start taking small, gradual steps to doing it. Women are attracted to men that are passionate about what they do. A man has to have his own work, whether that's a hobby, whether he gets paid or not. It's not really about money, it's about you having something that you love. When you do something you love it shines off of your character. It makes you actually look more attractive. So the working out makes you look better looking. You know, taking care of yourself, grooming, having a haircut, you know, creaming your face, taking care of yourself, moisturizing. All these little things make a big difference, you know. Having good manners. What are your manners like? Do you say, I know it sounds crazy, I have to ask these questions. When someone gives you something, do you say please and thank you? If you haven't got good manners, then you're going to have an ugly attitude around women. So you have to have good manners. So guys, don't be rude and subscribe to the channel. But seriously, you do. All these things make a better personality. Last one, where are you going to meet women? Most guys go in the wrong places. Most guys go to porn sites. That's not a good place to meet women. That's just going to mess up your mind. Most guys go to nightclubs. I'm not saying not to go to nightclubs, but usually they're not the best places. You know, go to a social meetup group, a single group. You know, go to the park on a sunny day and talk to a girl. Usually lots of nice girls are in parks, and just learn how to, you know, how I teach guys how to speak to them. Be honest and be confident. You can meet women in public or in a museum or coffee shops. So use your intelligence. Another one, women are attracted to intelligent men. Not just, a guy who read some books and quotes what he reads, but a guy who's socially intelligent, emotionally intelligent. And the intelligence always comes from empathy. It comes from good values. So all these things are going to attract you much better quality relationships with women and going to give you a better relationship with yourself. So I can go on and on, look at my experience, but what are you going to do about it? You're just going to watch another YouTube video, get pumped up for 10 minutes and then go back to your life the way that you are. You have to make changes, small gradual steps, small ones. Write everything down, where the fears, the goals that you have. Listen to motivational talks. Stop going on porn sites. Stop watching negative things on the media. Stop listening to other negative men who've got a bad outlook on women. Stop it. Cut it all off. Start listening to positive people. Find a community of positive men. Make friends with a guy who's got a great attitude and is doing well with women. And see if he can help you, and be honest. Treat people well. And watch how your life's going to start changing. And you can check out some of my old transformations. They're on YouTube. All the guys that I transformed, got them in relationships. You know, I'm not even a relationship coach anymore. I've retired from that. I'm just bringing out my experience to help a couple of guys out. My whole thing is about really helping people to build confidence and anxiety. But dating is one of those areas. So I really enjoyed this video today, and I know I said a lot of stuff, but it needed to be said. And when you start practicing all this stuff, it isn't that many things to do. So the issue is confidence. The solution is to build it. And when you do that, you're going to start meeting women, and being social is important. I always say, you've got to treat women with respect. You can't just make excuses and go, oh, okay, a girl at school was rude to me, so now I'm going to be rude to women. Lots of girls when I was younger were rude to me. And then as I got older and I fixed my attitude towards women, a lot of women started being really nice to me. I dated lots of nice women, right? And my clients have dated nice women. Some of my clients got married. That's amazing. So what's stopping you other than your own excuses and fears? So let's get to work. There's a lot of work to be done. And I hope in a couple of months' time that you're going to be in a better place when I see you on my next video, or hopefully I'll never see you again. because the advice will be so great on this video, which I believe it is. It's honest, it works, congruent, it will get you great results. Become fearless, because when you do, your life becomes limitless.